Welcome to another tier list. Today we're going to be updating the tier list on the mainline games. I did a tier list on the mainline games before, but back then Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl and Legends Arceus weren't out, and I also hadn't yet played Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee. Of course, those games are out, and I've played Let's Go now, so decided it's time to update the tier list. We'll start with D tier, which is just the Game Boy games. They're not bad games by any means, so that should say something for all the games above it. But they're just the least fun to replay. So that's where I'm putting them. And next up, we have C tier. We got Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, and Original Diamond and Pearl. Not much reason to play the originals now with the remakes and Platinum out. That being said, the remakes, lots of missed potential with them. They decided to be faithful instead of fixing all Diamond and Pearl's major issues. Like, there's a few things it did right, like it got rid of HMs. You can access the boxes from anywhere. But a lot of the garbage was kept in, and some good things were even taken out, like secret bases. Kind of annoying, which is why it's down here. It's still a good game, though. I enjoyed my first playthrough of Brilliant Diamond. Don't know if I'll ever go back to it, but I enjoyed the first playthrough. Same goes for Let's Go Eevee. I played that somewhat recently, before Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl came out. Yeah, I played Let's Go Eevee specifically, and it was pretty fun. Don't know if I'd go back to it, but it was still fun. Not the definitive Kanto experience, in my opinion, but still a good game all the same. And now on to B tier. These are the mid-tier games. We got Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, Original Sun and Moon, X and Y, and then Base Sword and Shield. These games are all a similar level of quality. Actually, I'd do that. I do vastly prefer Ultra and X and Y to regular Sun and Moon and Sword and Shield. But I wouldn't call these A tier either, which is why they share a tier. And I wouldn't put these in C tier either, so they all just share mid tier. Yeah. Sun and Moon are pretty good. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon have more content and a slightly inferior story. X and Y felt incomplete in a lot of ways, but were still really fun. And probably had the best designed linear routes in all the 3D games. And Sword and Shield, base Sword and Shield is just an average game, which is why it's mid tier. Next up we got A tier, where we'll put Pokemon Platinum. And next we got Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. And then Emerald. And then Fire Leaf Green. And then Sword and Shield with DLC. Sword and Shield's improved a lot with the DLC. The expansion pass adds a lot of cool stuff. Some stuff arguably should have been in the base game, but still, I enjoyed my time playing through Sword and Shield's DLC. Fire and Leaf Green, the best way to experience Kanto in my opinion, because it has all mechanics up to Gen 3, and it has a good post-game. Emerald has a much better story than Ruby and Sapphire, and even the remakes, but the remakes have better content. So yeah, it's a good game. You might have thought I'd mention the Battle Frontier. I think that's kind of overrated, but it's a good game, even excluding that. And then we got Omega Ruby Sapphire. Some things it didn't improve from the originals, but not nearly as much as Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. For the most part, it's vastly better than Ruby and Sapphire. And on par with Emerald. It should have been way better. As a remake, it should be better in every way than previous versions. But whatever. Next we got Platinum. Still, Gen 4 slowness aside, it's the best way to experience Sinnoh. Well, Gen 4 slowness and HMs. Those things aside, it's the best way to experience Sinnoh because of all the extra stuff it has and how it fixes the structure, the plot. Like, there's no big stretch between gyms 2 and 3 and stuff like that. Platinum did a lot of things better than Diamond and Pearl, and then the remakes decided to revert it for some reason. So I still prefer Platinum. Even if there's some issues in Platinum that were fixed in Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl, like the HMs thing. HMs are very annoying, which is why it's not S tier. But overall, it's a good game. And now on to S tier. All these games make it into S tier, but what order are they going to be in? First is Heart Gold Soul Silver. And then next up we got Black and White. And then we got Black and White 2. And then Coliseum, and then XD. This could be recency bias talking, but I really like Legends Arceus. I'm going to put it in S tier. But yeah, let's talk about all these in order. Heart Gold Soul Silver. Still, I'd say they're the best remakes so far. Omega Rush Sapphire are very close, but there's a few things it did wrong. There's things Heart Gold Soul Silver did wrong as well, of course. But it's just a good game. Yeah, that's all I can really say about it. It's really fun, and whenever I play it, I always put a lot of time into it. And then Black and White, Black 2, White 2. Gen 5 is top tier. I don't know why Black and White ever got hate back in the day. The Gen 5 games are top tier. I'm not one of those people that only recently started thinking that. I've liked Gen 5 since the beginning. I'd say the Gen 5 games were the first games that I actually started looking forward to before release for stuff like that. Like, I remember getting Black and White and the sequels for the first time, and just having a lot of fun playing them. They also have just a lot of content as well. There's really good games, top tier. Coliseum and XD, they're not really mainline games, but they're on this tier list, and they're top tier games. Yeah, there's a lot I could say about them, but I don't want the video to be too long. And then Legends Arceus. Really good step in the right direction for the series. If the series keeps going in this direction, the direction this series is taking it in, and doesn't like backpedal back to like the Sword and Shield style games, like if it keeps going in this direction and doesn't just randomly downgrade, then we're in for some good games later on. Legends Arceus does have its issues, so do the other games in S tier though, including Heart Gold Soul Silver, like I alluded to earlier. But if later games can fix those issues, improve on the Legends style of gameplay, rather than reverting back to the traditional stuff, then there could be some seriously good games in the future. So yeah, that's it for the tier list. Game Boy games in D tier, Ruby and Sapphire, Diamond Pearl remakes, Let's Go in C tier, Gen 7, base Sword and Shield, X and Y in B tier, Platinum, Emerald, Omega Rush Sapphire, Fire and Leaf Green, and Sword and Shield DLC in A tier. And then S tier has Heart Gold Soul Silver, Gen 5, the spin-offs that play like mainline games, Coliseum and XD, which XD was also a sequel to Coliseum, and then Legends Arceus. So yeah, that's going to be the updated tier list for mainline games. I don't know what the next mainline game is going to be, obviously, but when it comes out, I may update this again. Probably not much of a reason to update the whole tier list with just one new addition. Like, there were 3 main differences for this tier list. I played Let's Go, and 2 different games came out. But for just one more game, unless my opinions change a lot, there's not really going to be a reason to go over it again. But I'll do an updated tier list again eventually. Don't know when, obviously, but I'll eventually do one. But this is my tier list for now. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you all in another video. See you later. Happy hunting.